Transforming Who You Are. Character Building Books for Teens by Charles F. Goleman. Narrated by Jesse Pfister. Introduction. A man sooner or later discovers that he is the master gardener of his soul, the director of his life. James Allen. Growing up, I would always say that I wanted to be a marine biologist after completing university. My parents would ask why, and my response would be that I loved being around the ocean. But when the time came to go to university, I had a moment of clarity and realized that studying marine biology wasn't the only way I could express my love for the ocean. In fact, I didn't even need to study anything to do with marine life to spend as much time as I wanted to in the water. I ended up working part-time at the docks, and after a while, became a commercial fisherman. Not many people are as lucky as I was in finding who they are and what they are passionate about at such a young age. For some, the pressure of conforming to social, cultural, or family expectations is so intense that there is barely any time to reflect on what they truly want out of their lives. Worst of all, the time between turning 18 years old and celebrating your 30th birthday feels like it goes by so quickly, making it difficult to take a year off to figure yourself out. Without the luxury of time, it's possible to wander through life checking all of society's boxes, but not really feeling connected to your life experience. You might achieve success based on other people's standards, but when you are alone, you can't shake off the feeling of not being fulfilled. The only way you will ever feel fulfilled in your life is if you take the time to study who you are and redesign your life according to your desires. Transforming Who You Are is a book about connecting to your authentic self so you can live a meaningful life. Throughout the book, you will be introduced to concepts like self-awareness and purpose, which will help you rebuild the foundation of your life according to your rules. You deserve to wake up each morning feeling thankful that you are alive. But the only way this can happen is if you actually discover the reason why you are alive. After reading this book, you will be able to answer the why behind your existence and confidently structure your goals and lifestyle to match your life's vision. Let's begin the journey of a lifetime, the journey of transforming who you are. Chapter 1. Forget who you think you are. Often, it's not about becoming a new person, but becoming the person you were meant to be, and already are, but don't know how to be. Heath L. Buckmaster. How your upbringing shapes your identity. How you were raised and the environment you grew up in has a huge influence on who you become. As a child, you were constantly looking for cues from your parents and other family members to determine what acceptable or unacceptable behavior looked like and how you related with others. Depending on your early childhood experiences and the kinds of behaviors that were modeled in front of you, you may have grown up making false assumptions about who you are. There are 3 assumptions that may have shaped your identity. 1. Assumptions about your birth order. Psychologists have studied the impact of birth order on childhood development and found that the position of each child can affect how they perceive their role in their family. For example, the oldest child is generally seen as the most responsible child due to their position and may mature quicker than their younger siblings. They might even feel the pressure to parent their younger siblings in the absence of their parents and accommodate everyone else's feelings while neglecting their own. The middle child is often opposite to the first child and feels a greater amount of freedom to question authority and push boundaries at home. They are often regarded as the forgotten child, who was born between the oldest and the youngest children, thereby not receiving a lot of physical or emotional attention from their parents. To seek attention, the middle child could either go the rebellious route or become a people pleaser. They might grow up with a deep-rooted feeling of inadequacy due to feeling overlooked or underappreciated by their parents and peers. The last born is often stereotyped as the entitled child who grows up hearing more yeses than nos. Since they are the youngest in the family, they are more likely to be showered
Sample complete. Ready to continue?